Teratogens by Connor Blasmo. Parents who are expecting to have a child must need to know the effects of teratogens. So what are they? A teratogen can be defined as any agent or environmental factor that can increase the risk of prenatal abnormalities. Mothers who are expecting a child need to be aware of the consequences that can happen if they choose to consume these. So the examples are alcohol, drugs, hormones, cigarettes, measles, lead mercury, and many other examples of teratogens. What else should parents be aware of? There's three other terms parents should be aware of: the threshold effect, the timing of exposure, and the critical periods. The threshold effect means that teratogens are harmful after a certain level of exposure. So drinking large amounts of alcohol could potentially put a child at risk for certain disabilities. The timing of exposure refers to the effect of a teratogen may vary depending upon when it is consumed, which brings me to critical periods. Critical periods are particular times when specific organs are more susceptible to other teratogens. For example, if a mother drinks alcohol during the first few weeks of the fetal period, she could harm her baby's brain. If you look at this diagram I put, the first few weeks of the fetal could affect the brain. Fetal alcohol syndrome. If a mother decides to partake in consuming teratogens, there are many cognitive, physical, and behavioral effects that can come about. The group of cognitive, physical, and behavioral effects are known as fetal alcohol syndrome. Examples of physical effects may include distortion of facial features, joints, and limbs, a delay of growth, and heart problems. Cognitive effects may be mental retardation, specific learning disorders, and delay in cognitive development. Lastly, behavioral effects involve attention deficit, poor impulse control, and hyperactivity or anxiety. When I was in high school, some classmates of mine had these symptoms, and it made me actually wonder if they had fetal alcohol syndrome. So for recommendations, physicians recommend that no alcohol should be consumed during pregnancy, and the mothers should change their consumption behavior when they are trying to get pregnant. I recommend the same. Do not partake in consuming teratogens to be sure your child will be beautiful. Parents, make sure to understand the potential risks that can happen if you do take part in consuming these. And if you don't, you more than likely will be rewarded with a healthy, stunning, beautiful little baby.